everyone, Mr. Octogonal here from Octogonal Gaming. Now we are back with our Cleveland Browns franchise. I've uploaded like one episode of this in the past month because I've been really focused on a lot of things, especially with the NFL drafts. I've been focused on making a lot of videos with that the past 2 weeks, and I'm almost done with draft stuff. I'm making draft grades for every team, and when that's done, I'm pretty much done with the NFL draft, so I can be more focused back with this. So we're going to be doing some scouting. We might make a few trades, but I don't see us making any blockbuster trades. We are on week 4 for our bye week, so it's pretty early. And I do a bye week special every year. We look at the stats and stuff. So I'm going to show you guys who's available in scouting. Maybe trading players like Israel Beckton or Le'Veon Berry, who we don't need. So let's start with who's available in free agency. I'm just curious. So, Dion Bush, okay, that's kind of tempting. Zach Brooks, Marcusson Huff, Tyler Higbee, Okoye Holler. Okay. What about this guy? We don't really need a fullback that much. Jordan Howard, he played for us a little bit in this series. Christoph Buchanan was on our team for a little bit in this series. Ty Montgomery was on our team. Tajay Sharp was. I believe we still have Ty Montgomery. I guess we don't. Who else was on our team? Harvey Dingle was on our team. He looks like Moses Cody. Manny Joseph was on our team. Michael London was on our team. Derek Kindred was on our team. Yeah, the list just goes on. Anyone else? Spencer Drango was on our team. Yeah, pretty much it. Zach Zenner, best white running back, other than Christian McCaffrey. So, let's look at the depth chart if you guys forget. I'm going to have to refresh myself too because I haven't been on the save in about 3 weeks. So, quarterback, obviously, Moses Cody. We also have Russell Ferentz, who we just drafted. And if Moses Cody, we decide not to re-sign him because his contract is up this year, and we have a lot of players that we need to re-sign, then Ferentz will most likely be the starter next year. Running back David Johnson, he's starting to decline, and we drafted Jameis Burley in the first round this year. We signed Derrick Henry. We also drafted DeMont Culver. Fullback, we have Rashawn John, who's fine. Receiver, I think we're pretty solid at receiver. Corey Coleman, Odell Beckham, who we got last year at the trade deadline. Lavelle Bouye, Israel Beckton, Josh Gordon, Michael Thomas. Barry Davenport's really a receiver, but we're playing him at tight end, and who knows if we'll re-sign him. We drafted Lane Burks in the first round this year. So what we really did in the draft was draft positions of players that we might not be able to bring back next year. Left tackle, we got Laramie Tunsil in free agency last season. We also have Ivan Doss. Our left guard is Tyler Rogers. He's had a great career for us so far. Center, we have Travis Frederick. We got in a trade last offseason. We also got Zach Martin in that same trade. That trade also involved Tyron Smith going back to the Cowboys. Right tackle, Trey Brandon, his contract is up at the end of the year. We have Ivan Doss, we have Le'Veon Berry. I don't think we didn't draft any offensive linemen this year. Left end, Curry Lindsey, he's been very solid for us. We also have Kevin Dodd, who we signed in the offseason. Right end, Emmanuel Ogbah has been really good. Derek Carson, he was Mr. Irrelevant. But the real life Mr. Irrelevant was Chad Kelly, and in the 2017 NFL draft for this Browns franchise, Mr. Irrelevant, we have that pick. It was punter Taylor Sams, who has been an All-Pro, Mr. Irrelevant All-Pro. Defensive tackle, we've had Aaron Donald for about 2.5 seasons. Well, I wouldn't say this is half season. This is his 3rd season on our team. Other than that, our defensive tackle spot's a little slim. Austin Johnson, we got in the offseason. Left outside linebacker, Marvin Fulcher, he's not going anywhere. Well, he does need a new contract at the end of next season. I don't know if I'm going to do 6 seasons for this series or 7 seasons. Because this series will end when Madden 18 comes out in a few months. Middle linebacker, we traded Gabriel Rancher in the offseason. We drafted Lorenzo Crowder and Chase Gallen. And Denzel Yancey, the second-year man from Florida, has been killing it this year. Right outside, we have Syceek Youngblood, who we gave a new contract to. He is arguably, other than Moses Cody, the face of this franchise. He was our very first draft pick. Yeah. Cornerback, Tyrann Mathieu, we gave him a new contract. Nino Warvam, who's my road to the show, if you guys didn't know that. We do need to offer him a new contract because I don't want to lose him after starting to road to the show on him. And Syceek Youngblood, we have my career with. We drafted Kadarius Booth this year. We signed Aqib Talib, former Jayhawk. Go Kansas. Free safety with DJ Tubbs, who's been killing it ever since we moved him to safety in his rookie season, I want to say. Yeah, he had a great year last year. We have Von Bell. Von Bell got a receiving touchdown this year on a fake punt. And strong safety, we have rookie Malik Stephen Howling, who we drafted. We also signed Le'Veon Tubbs, who is related to DJ Tubbs. So, let's look at some stats. We can't look at the MVP race. That comes out like week 9. So, Moses Cody, he did miss most of the first game. And he's having a pretty solid season. 63 completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 2 picks. In a little over 2 games. For Rents, he took over, yeah, it was like the second play of the game. Of our first drive. Because the Steelers took like 5 minutes for the first drive. Then we got the ball at literally just our second offensive play. He got injured. Missed the rest of the game. Ferenc came in. 266 yards, 68 completion percentage. A touchdown on a pick. That's not too bad. Running backs. David Johnson's been great this year. Burley has not touched the ball yet. So hopefully we'll get him to run the ball. Same with Derrick Henry and DeMont Culver. Receiving, Corey Coleman's been absolutely killing it after a down year last year. His stats have declined every season, which is weird. I mean, we've gotten better receivers. Let me show you his stats. He's been a monster his whole career. In 2018, which was his second worst season, he got 1,778 yards. And in Season 1, he could have easily broken Calvin Johnson's receiving record, but he got injured Week 16, and he was about 20 yards off. But Calvin Johnson is my favorite athlete of all time. If y'all didn't know that. Offensive line, Larry Tunsil, I guess he hasn't been good. 8 sacks. That's not too good. Does he leave the league? Oh, jeez, he probably does. Yes, he does. We had Jack Conklin a couple years ago. He was really bad. We traded him. I don't quite want to give up on Tunsil yet. Because Ivan Doss was almost as bad as Tunsil last year. Ivan Doss was rookie. Defensively, our 2 rookies leading away in tackles, Malik Stevens-Howling and Kadarius Booth. Then the Honey Badger, Denzel Yancey, TJ Tubbs. Sacks. The sacks haven't been like the past 2 years. The past 2 years, we've gotten about 200 total sacks. Yeah, 200. 200. 200! That's 100 a season. 100 sacks a season. That's ridiculous. But Browns have been focused on building this young pass rush. Curry Lindsey is 2.5. Cy Steak has 2. Yancey has 1.5. Fulcher, Aaron Donald. Picks. 1 for Yancey, 1 for Honey Badger, 1 for Nino, and 1 for Aqib Talib. Nino, I believe, returned his for a touchdown. Yes, he did. Is he the only defensive touchdown so far? Yes, he is. Fumble forces. I already see 2 for someone. Denzel Yancey has 2. Nino has 1. Fulcher has 1. Home recoveries. 1 for Curry Lindsey and Emmanuel Ogba. Kicking. Roberto Wile's been pretty bad. Actually, pretty bad. 3 for 8. He got like 1 for 5 against the Steelers. So he after having 2 seasons where his percentage wasn't great, however, he's still been a really good kicker. Let me just show you his stats for past 2 years, because that's when we've had him. Yeah, only in the 70s, however, he did kick a 62-yarder, a 70-yarder, which is the record. Extra points, he missed 16. He's kicked 44 field goals on both seasons for us. So, obviously, the percentage is a bit scary. Punting, Taylor Sams, he is so good. He is so good. So his first season, he was on the practice squad. We didn't play him. He had Andy Lee. Then the next season, which was his rookie season, sort of, yeah, 50.1 yards a punt. Next year, 56 yards a punt. This year, 67. Who does that? That's ridiculous. Kick returning, nothing too special. We've had like 1 special teams touchdown this whole series. That was season 3, opening game, Linval Boye's debut, and he returned it to the house. Re-signed players. We already re-signed the Honey Badger and Cy Steak Youngblood. This is who we have to re-sign. Barry Davenport, Nino Orvam, Trey Brandon, Moses Cody. Those are 4 superstars. Superstars. It's our quarterback. An offensive lineman who's been great for us. A very good corner. And a receiver, tight end, who's been very consistent his whole career. Touchdown magnet. He had 18 touchdowns as a rookie. We've already re-signed 2 90+ overall players. We are not going to have a big free agency if we bring out 6.95 mil. I don't think we have 6.95 mil. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did with our super team. We are not going to have a big free agency. Player contracts. Let's look at some contracts next season. Let's count how many. Oh, only 4 are making over 10 mil. Let's see any contracts of players who aren't super high overall. Like in the 70s. Lane Burks, but he's young. Derrick Henry. Okay, so this is only in the 2 mil. So no one who's not that great is making a ridiculous contract. Maybe Lane Burks, but he was the 5th pick, so you can't. I don't really want to cut him and sign him again. That would be stupid. I don't want to risk it. We drafted him with a top 10 pick as a tight end. You don't really do that. See what happened with O.J. Howard? He was a top 10 prospect. He fell at 19. I'm pretty sure I gave the Bucks a high draft grade, but 1 reception, 0 yards. That's pretty embarrassing. But let's symbol week. We can re-sign Barry Davenport and or Nino Wortham. And I still might make a trade. I haven't ruled that out yet. So out of Davenport and Nino Wortham, if I had to choose one, I would definitely choose Nino Wortham. Hey, I started Road to the Show on him. And yeah, that's pretty. We're playing the Eagles next week. Ooh, that should be interesting. We'll look at their team. But what do they both want? So Barry Davenport, that's not too bad. Nino, that's not too bad either. See, the cap room is in the 20 mils. I will offer him a 6-year deal worth 64 mil. And Nino will be back next year. I'm not going to re-sign Davenport yet. I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do with him. So let's just look at the Eagles roster very quickly, and I might want to make a trade or two. Their quarterback is Carson Wentz. Their backups are pretty bad. Their running back is the veteran Jamal Charles, who's had a great year for them. He's been great with them. Fullback with Marcel Reese. Receivers, they still have Ruben Randall, Lascelles Chisholm, Le'Veon Burt. Their receivers aren't very good. Tight end, Jamal Hillman. Offensive line, solid left tackle, solid left guard. He's not real left guard. Center's right guard, right tackle is Lane Johnson. Looks like he's declining. So our offensive line is not hideous. Rashawn Joyner, not racing, Rashawn. They still have Brandon Graham. They still have Fletcher Cox. They still have Benny Logan. They still have Michael Kendrick. So their team looks pretty similar. AJ Gage, who I really like. They still have Jordan Hicks, Alan Childress, DeAndre Dawson. He's been developing well. They still have Eric Rowe, unlike real life. They still have Malcolm Jenkins, Sean Davis, and Sean Taylor. So they're a decent team. They're not a great team, but they're a decent team. If they have any injuries, that's another question. Because if they have any injuries, I think we should be able to beat them. Eagles. They have Zach Ertz. Oh, geez. They have 3 big injuries. Zach Ertz, Jordan Matthews, and Nigel Bradle. These are all starting caliber players. Yeah, I think we probably will be beat them. Wow, great grammar. I think the Browns definitely did not lose this trade. They're trading young right tackle Le'Veon Berry, young receiver Israel Becton, and linebacker Clifton McPherson to the Denver Broncos for 2 first-round picks, 1 this year and 1 next year. So we gotta hope that the Broncos don't do too well. We already beat them this year, week 2. And we know they're a pretty good team. They made the playoffs last year, and we eliminated them. So yeah, that's pretty much the episode. Next episode, at the link. Make sure you watch it. Peace.